What's good, everybody? Happy Thursday. Hope you're having a great day. Hope you're enjoying the new layout that we have here with our daily client update. If you're watching this for the first time and you're not a client of Jazz, well, stick around. Check it out. We do a daily update for our clients that we put out there for you guys, just to kind of overview how your investments are doing. We talk about the different sort of investments that are doing good, the bad. We even cover the ugly when that happens occasionally. So we basically just review things, and it's a way for us to keep in contact on a daily basis and kind of answer your questions. Now, if you are a client of Jazz, well, I hope you saw yesterday's video. I hope you're checking your email, because next Thursday, exclusively for our clients, we're starting our series called Wine and Wealth. If you like drinking wine, come grab a glass of wine, hang out with me. I'm going to do an online class. Basically what we're doing, we're going to meet up in the evening, Thursday evening, Thursday, March 22nd at 7:30 Eastern time. We're going to meet up, and I'm going to cover something new that maybe you don't get to hear in the videos on YouTube, some different topics that you've never experienced before, things that I can help you with. And the coming up Thursday, next Thursday, what we're going to cover is how to set really detailed budgets that you don't even really have to try that hard with inside of Nest Egg, the portal that we offer you. And I'm going to show you how I can actually run reports for you with your personal finances to make it look just like a company. We can break down every last dollar to make sure your money is being spent where it is. I've had a lot of clients take me up on this already, but I know a lot of you don't know that we do this for you. So I want to show you exactly how to set this up. So if you want me to watch every last penny of yours, I'm happy to do it, and we're going to cover that this Thursday on Wine and Wealth. Super, super excited about it. That's it for that. So you should have an email in your inbox. If you didn't get it, don't worry. We're going to send 2 more reminders out. I hope that doesn't bug you too much, but we'll send one out 1 hour before it starts as well. All you'll have to do is click and come right on in. We've been working nonstop, like around the clock, trying to figure out the best way to do this so that our clients have to literally just click and they can start learning and watching from there. So we're very, very happy, I think, with the way it's set up. I'm so thankful that we got this figured out. It's been a nightmare. But anyways, other than that, if you're following us on Instagram, we're doing 50-second financial tips on Instagram. I've got a new one coming up here in about 30 minutes. That's that one. And then our podcast, pretty cool last night. If you get a chance, go to iTunes or Spreaker, check out our podcast. It's called The Dough Show. Let's dive into it here real quick now with the markets. I put in the title there, if I would have known that the stock market was so quiet, had I known that that was going to happen, I seriously would have went to Disney World today. I would have put an autoresponder on my email to just say, hey, I'm at Disney World with the family because the market's quiet. Let's go to the charts. I want to show you kind of what happened. This was an extremely quiet day for most of the markets, and I honestly don't know how the financial media channels came up with enough stuff to talk about today. It was boring. So we had the Dow up 115, and that's all anybody focused on for the day. Here's the Dow, because that was the only interesting thing going on in the market. The Dow was higher by 290 or 250 something. Then it came back and went negative. Then it went positive again. It's one of those days where you need more information before you make a decision. Now, on the screen here, what you see, every little blip represents one single day. So this last green one that you see off to the left here, that is today. And anytime you see something like that, where there's a big tail at the top and a little tail there at the bottom, and the market wiggled back and forth, let me zoom in for you. There you go. Anytime you see something like this right here, where we moved higher, then we moved lower, we moved higher again, what that's telling you is nobody knows what they want to do. They're not making any major decisions on this day. And so that's the best way to sum up what the markets did today, what most of the sectors and all the major indices did today. They sort of didn't make up their mind. Investors didn't know what they wanted to do, so they were just content to sit there and hold. So it was kind of a holding day. Here's the NASDAQ. If I zoom in on the NASDAQ, it's very similar. All the tech-related products, you could see here on this last blip, that's today's movement. People need more information. So nothing interesting happening there with the NASDAQ. The S&P 500 was almost perfectly flat. And you know why. If you've been watching these videos for a while, you know that the banking stocks and the semiconductor stocks are what move the S&P 500. Well, look up here on the screen. Can you see that far up actually? Oh, I'll have to fix that. The banking stocks were exactly flat on the day. They were not positive, not negative. They were flat. The semiconductor stocks were perfectly flat on the day. So with zero performance, meaning nothing positive, nothing negative, that's why you see the S&P perfectly flat. And if I zoom in, I'll just take a second with you because I don't have a lot of other stuff to cover. If you have any questions or anything and you're watching this live, let me know. If you look at this move, right, this exact little blip on the screen, you see how there's no color to that blip? It's because it traded higher, it traded lower, it traded higher, it traded lower, and it stopped basically right where it started. That's all this is showing you here on the screen. So pretty interesting there. That's all because the financials and the semiconductors were perfectly flat on the day. So let's go a little bit further here. I want to dig into some of... let me just run down here. Okay. Only thing interesting today in your retirement investments, any portfolios that we're managing for you, was energy. Energy is really, really right at a pivotal moment. I put that on our little topic thing to discuss today because what you have is, and I'm not really going to get into like the technical trading, but there are people, a lot of people, lots and lots of traders like to use charts to make their decisions. Well, occasionally those charts hit a point where one side, the bulls or the bears, are going to win. And today, this is that exact setup here going for oil. What you have on the price of oil and energy in general, I can get my thing to work. There we go. Is you have a There we go. You have a series of highs that look like that, and then you have a series of lows that look something like this, right? You see what's happening here is the price is getting compressed on the downside. It's getting pushed, but now the price is being compressed on the upside. And so what that's telling you is, and mark my words, it may be not tomorrow because it's Friday. Tomorrow is actually, if you want to Google something geeky, quadruple witching day. Quadruple that, or Google that. Anyways, what this is telling you is there's about to be a big move one way or the other out of here. It's not opinion, it's going to be fact. Watch what happens. I'm going to leave these lines here so you can see them. But this is really a pivotal moment for energy, whether it goes higher or lower. Now, we don't try to guess which way it's going to go. We just want to know that this is something we're going to be watching closely over the next couple days. So anything energy related did still suffer a little bit today. Not a problem too much in the short term, I don't think. So no problems there. Interesting stocks in the news, and then we'll leave you today because it's a very slow news day here. Have you ever been to Noodles? There's the stock. It's called Noodles & Company. We don't have any by us, but I've heard of it. I remember when they went public. Was a bigger gainer today. It was up 12%, stuck out as one of the big leaders in the markets. What happened? They reported earnings, and it was better than expected. The company also said that going forward, they don't expect to do, they're essentially guided weak is how they say it. So the company said, going forward, we're not too comfortable, we don't know. So the stock started strong, it shot higher because of great earnings. The company came out and said, we're not really sure if we're going to do well going forward. And then it started to pull back. Am I allowed to ask anything off topic? You can ask anything you want. Doesn't mean I got to answer it. No, go for it. Take a shot. Let's see what you got. So that was Noodles & Company. That's really all I have for that one. Williams-Sonoma, this is another one of those technical plays where traders that like to play the charts and make decisions based on that, they're going to be looking at Williams-Sonoma. Company, these are the guys that make, you go into the store and like a ladle for your soup is like 50 bucks. You know, the really expensive like cooking stuff. Whatever. Apparently you guys are all going there buying that stuff because the earnings, revenue, everything was good with their earnings. They reported today. They even said they're positive going forward. And if you happen to own shares of the stock, they're going to raise the dividend by 10%. So that's Williams-Sonoma. Barnes & Noble. Did you know that Barnes & Noble was still out there publicly traded and they have stores? I can't even think. Every time this happens, I can't think of where a Barnes & Noble is at by me. It was a cool store, but I've never I don't have one near me. Anyway, stock was up 6% today. The company actually says they are positive on their growth going forward. The stock's been beaten down forever, and they said, hey, we're positive. We think we'll do good going forward. And I believe they even announced a dividend. Yeah, 15 cents a share, which is really good considering the stock's only $5. So I don't know. Pretty interesting for Barnes & Noble. And lastly, we'll do Dollar General. Up about 5% on the day. The company announced earnings. All was basically good. Everything looked there. When the company had their conference call, they said they were very positive going forward. They expect earnings much higher than what Wall Street was expecting. So the stock was higher by 5%. So that's about it. Don't forget, if you're just tuning in, Wine and Wealth, I'm so excited about that. If you are a customer, one of our clients here at Jazz Wealth, next Thursday, you'll get a couple more emails. Again, sorry to bother you, just don't want you to miss it. And then, of course, we'll record that for you as well. And that's basically it. We'll wrap it up there. If you're watching live, Champ's got a question. How often do you take risk on new, smaller companies and their stocks? Personally, I do not. I just review these companies for the whatever they're in the news for. For our clients at Jazz Wealth and for my own personal investing, we all use exchange-traded funds, and then we balance those exchange-traded funds based on how a particular client wants to invest. So I like to look at the underlying stocks so that we can see what's going on. Like Dollar General, how's that affecting retail? Do we need to make any changes there? So we do review those stocks. But for me, the last time I bought a lower price stock, it was Fannie Mae back during the financial collapse. I just thought it was 34 cents is where I got in, and I thought that's got to be the deal of a lifetime. It was okay. It was a nice trade, but it wasn't like, didn't make me rich or anything. That was probably the last time I went into an individual name and picked such a discounted name. Mauricio tries to stick with blue chip stocks, some quality ETFs, and doesn't accept Tesla. He loves Tesla. Okay, cool. Yeah, no, not bad. I certainly understand why you buy into the future of Tesla. Yeah, very interesting there. Anyways, I'm going to wrap it up there. I appreciate all of you guys watching. We will be back tomorrow to wrap up the week, see how your investments did for the week. We'll take it from there. And hey, thanks for watching. Talk to you soon.